Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Prison Architect. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Prison is doing really well. All commands are turned on, by the way. Feel free to do all the things you want to do. Okay, so same thing as normal. Might want to use them strategically, but if you want to blast them all at the beginning of the stream, it's within your right to do so. It's within your right to do so. Need to move my camera just a little bit. I don't want it to be in the way of the gang screen, so let's just move it over to here. There we go. Yep, there we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. Intake is claimed. Let's get intake done. Yeah, and there's the lockdown. We're just gonna get them out of the way now. It's fine. It's cool. No problem. 1429. Got to be locked down till 1629. Thankfully, they're already kind of working in the workshop, so thanks. It's great. Go ahead and cancel the programs too, because, you know, why not? Why not? We'll just do all those things. We'll just do all those things. Yeah, gonna use them all at once. Let's just get it done. Get it done. Here you go. They're all canceled now. There you go. Cool. All right. Once chat has its thing, you know, once it splurges a little, you know, it's been building up all week. Oh God, I just want to do this. Well, now you can. Now you can. We'll patiently wait for you to finish. That's fine. Patiently wait. Here we go. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. 16 is what we're waiting for. 16 something. I forget what it is, like 16, 15. In the meantime, they're just gonna, you know, keep working. No problem. Yeah. Because you guys decided to lock down while they're already in the workshop. So, you know, I get to have all my work done while that's happening. Cool. Lockdown is done. Awesome. Thank you. Refill water time already. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, let's go. Refill water. It's so full. I'm gonna have to walk super slow. I think it'll be okay. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. A little bit short of breath now. You know, almost tripped, falling down the stairs. You know, if I fall down the stairs and break my neck, you know, or break my hip or something, that's gonna be all your fault. You know, I'm gonna blame you. Police are gonna ask what happened, and I'm gonna be like, well, there's this guy on Twitch chat, and you know, he told me to do this thing, and as a result, I'm, you know, handicapped from the waist down now. It's just a thing. Physics welcome. Make him do that in a bad situation. Hands off next. Well, maybe you can do whatever you want. Get him on cooldown if you want to. All it does is give me more security later, knowing that you can't do it again at a more appropriate time. That's all it does. That's all it does. Okay, cool. So we are looking now at what I believe to be a fairly efficient prison. We're making good money, 30K a day is what it tells me. We have no existing bank loan. Very, very nice. If we take a look at gang screens, we have lots of gang kills and bad things have happened in the past, but it's pretty okay for now, you know? Plenty of food. Let me just double check the food situation, make sure they are getting enough. Still, there's only 2 cooks in this kitchen right now. There's a whole bunch of cooks over here doing their thing, and then there's actually more meals over here too. 10, 7, 2. So we might be okay on the meals. Let's just see. People are coming in, they're grabbing some stuff. Some of them are waiting for meals. There we go. And we're getting about 70% fed. So we do need to do a little bit better on the food situation. Now, I think if I look at logistics, there's nobody working in the prison in the kitchen. There's no prisoners assigned to work in the kitchen. So let me take a look really quick at regime. We have a work slot before this one and a work slot before this one, so it's reasonable to assume that if we assign prisoners to work in the kitchen, they would be able to do so. But there are only 9 qualified prisoners. We'll have 3 work in this one to help out. We'll have 3 work in this one to help out, and we can have 3 work in this one to help out. There we go. Hopefully we get the proper number of prisoners fed. There's a lot of extra meals in this kitchen, actually. Lots of extras over here. And I've been kind of going back and forth on maybe sort of like redoing this and making this not a canteen anymore, and then just having these 2 bigger ones, and maybe expanding this one to be a tiny bit bigger. So basically we would have, let's say this little block here could end up being some cells. It's pretty close to the exits though. I don't really like that part. But if I extend this canteen to incorporate this row of cells, we lose a little bit on cell capacity, but we get more room for more prisoners to sit down and eat, more benches, etc. I think we have enough serving trays here. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I want to say each serving tray serves about 40 prisoners. So this canteen can handle a lot of prisoners at one time. And we don't actually have a whole lot of people stationed in here right now. Wait, this is eat time? Oh, we changed the regime, guys. We changed the regime. So this, that was close. This needs to be red now. Yeah, that needs to be red now. Actually, what I could do is make this, I could make this yellow. Because then they'll start staffing themselves right on the same bit here, which is kind of nice. So we could do that instead. Sweet. Max speed redeemed. We'll be at max speed for another, well, three real minutes instead of in-game minutes. It's 3 real minutes. So we'll be at max speed for a little bit of time there too. Awesome. Okay. So what else can we do here? What else can we do? We're making pretty good money. I'm feeling good about it. I think until I get all my guards to have taser certification though, I'm not interested in a whole lot of expansion. I need to make sure that they are able to defend themselves really well, and there's still a lot of them that do not have that. Unfortunately, you guys have canceled my programs already, so I can't start the classes yet on that, but when I get the ability to do programs again, I probably will. There's also this protective custody area. I'm still not happy with it. I still think it's a little bit awkward. I don't think it necessarily serves its function the way it should. We got like only a few prisoners in here, and it's a lot of space. I'm almost tempted to actually move this entire area, turn this into something else. This kitchen's also really small, but it doesn't have to be very big. There's still, probably should have another fridge in here though. I think I'm gonna get rid of, we're gonna dismantle the saw, dismantle the press, and the carpenter's table, and we'll move these things over here, because they're better suited to be over here anyway. We can have more people probably working here, so we can really ramp up production in this area, and I think it's probably nice. Also, I don't like the way stuff looks. I know it's not necessarily the time to start worrying about aesthetics, but I really like a wooden floor in a workshop. So I'm gonna put in, it's $50 per tile. It's so obnoxious. This is $24,000. That's not worth it right now. No, I'm not making that much money. Maybe we could do a different look for this. Metal floors. Metal floors for the workshop, not a bad deal. I have a lot of metal floors already though, like all throughout this. This is all metal. And I noticed in video, and maybe in the streams as well, I'm noticing that the metal floor is creating some really interesting effects for you guys in the encoded video as I move across it. I don't know if you guys can see this on YouTube right now, but like, it's got some really weird pulsating effects because that's just how video renders. So I noticed that happening. I'm not gonna change it because I kind of like it a little bit, but I just thought it was kind of intense. Let's make this continue on. Let's drive this floor down here a bit. I just want to make the prison look a little better, you know? I like messing with the aesthetics a bit, so let's make it look just a little bit better. We have the money to do so. I think we will. Kind of like that. Kitchens look okay so far. The shop, it doesn't have to be complicated. We can do like a mosaic floor in here just to kind of give it a little bit of a different look, I suppose. Take a look at utilities really quick. Got lots of capacity left over on this line. We can offload any stress on this line to this line. And I think we were actually going to do that. We were messing with this earlier, and I never actually went through with it. I never actually went through with moving these power lines, and I probably should. But I haven't done that anyway. Why not just schedule guards on the workshop at work time? I have guards in the workshop at work time. That's exactly what I've scheduled. Yeah. That's exactly what's been scheduled. This is a work lockup period right now. Work lockup. So they're in here working with guards. Then they eat here. There's only one guy in here when they eat, and then they go back to work. So there's guards in here, and then they are about to leave. So there's a little less guards because they're about to leave. They're getting transitioned to the eat time. Then it goes back to eat time, and then it goes to nighttime. And there's nobody in there during night. Although, there probably should be at least one in there during this white period here, just to kind of keep them... Let's put 2 in there during the white period. And then when they sleep, there's 2 in here just on patrol during this eat time, which probably can just do 1. I just want to make sure that when prisoners move throughout the prison, there are always guards at their destination. And I'm getting a lot. Holy shit. Why? Is this gang related? Why? I guess I need more than 3 in this. Okay, we'll get more than 3 in here then. This is the yellow period too. This is their before eat. Oh, we switched the regime, of course. That's why this is happening. We switched the regime to where eat period was earlier. No, that's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. Because I moved the regime around. That's right. Okay, so this is eat time. Okay, so I just needed to do my regime back. That makes sense. Riot police, I need you. Come on in here. Whole lot of riots all of a sudden now. That's a really strange riot period. So we're right back at it. Everybody in the prison's rioting? See, this is what I don't understand. The game's code makes it to where violence in one place happens everywhere all of a sudden. Just boom, done. Everyone's got violence. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's really obnoxious. Violence in one wing should not equal violence everywhere. But it does. In this game, it does. There's no real reason for it either. Food needs are fine. Exercise, recreation, whatever. Freedom, like, it's not actually... The game just says, hey, it's time for riot now, and that's what happens. Okay. Well, we'll be under the gun tomorrow, too, I guess. It's fine. We'll wait it out, and we'll get it done. Riot police to come in. They're stopping people from getting out, at least. They want to kill each other, I suppose. There's already 47 deaths. Like, all of a sudden, bam, done. 47 deaths. It's pretty obnoxious. They all have weapons. Everybody has weapons. Everybody has weapons. And they're going right to protective custody so they can kill all the protective custody people. And we're right back at it again. Okay, that's not needs related. I don't know what that is. That's just like, their food need is fine. Safety needs way up because of the riot. Exercise, family, recreation, all this stuff's not going to get fixed if you guys are in solitary confinement. And we got a freedom problem, but, you know, like, whatever. You're in prison. Deal with it. The luxuries thing, there's plenty of shops operational. So, I don't know. Not a whole lot I could do about that. I feel like it was spurred initially gang-related, and then everything else went to shit from there. I feel like that's a thing. Yeah, 165 going back to solitary now. Yeah. I think I am understaffed on guards. I have 1 guard for every 2 prisoners, which I don't normally have that low of ratio. I know lots of people have their prisons that low of ratio, but a lot of people don't build their prisons like I do, so they also don't have their prisons under the conditions that I have them, so. I love YouTube commenters who are like, do this, do this, do this. I'm gonna ignore every single one of you because I do not indulge backseating and I will not encourage it. So you go right ahead and you leave all sorts of comments about do this, do this, do this, and I will just go, ha. Yes, someone already locked it down because when you do it at the beginning of the stream, not strategically, that's what you get. That's what you get. You get it on cooldown. That's what happens. This guy's apparently still exclamation point. I don't know. I don't know. Riot police were able to solve the problem with no deaths to the police force. But we've got a whole bunch of... Now we have to call in paramedics at least. So let's get the riot police out of the way. At least more than... At least all these trucks. Yeah, paramedics are coming in now. We're going to have more people filling the morgues. We're going to have more criminal negligence possibilities. It's It's obnoxious. I didn't do anything to cause this. I want to say it's a gang-related thing, but I think this time it was a bad regime. We had people out of position this time because I moved the regime around. I didn't remove their deployment. So this time, I think maybe the cause of it was lack of guards. I think the lower guard count resulted in prisoners kicking off, thinking that they could kick off. So this time, I think that was that case, and in which case, I guess it is my fault. So it's kind of that thing. So, oh well, we'll deal with it. You have 64K, why not do the legal thing? Nah, I don't really want to spend it on that. That's why. I think we'll be fine, because, like, a whole day will pass now. They'll all be injured, and they'll all be in solitary. They won't be able to really do much tomorrow. Like, the whole prison kicks off. There's 223 people awaiting solitary confinement. It's not necessarily something that I have to worry too much about, I don't think. Could be wrong. Might end up ending me later. We'll see. I can extend this. And we can make another we can make another solitary wing. I think we're gonna need it. I'll extend this. I probably should do it this way too. Yeah. We'll extend this. We'll make another solitary wing for this. Let's make sure we get some sort of door on that, so they can get in and out of this area. Yeah. Paramedics, can I get you into here? And they also get you into here. We'll start on the near side first, work our way back to the back of the facility. Danger level is high for no apparent reason, really. Again, their food needs are not the problem this time. Their food needs were fine. They're worse now because they're sitting on the ground injured instead of eating, but they weren't this bad before. This time, I think maybe freedom was a cause. And you know what? Deal with it, because I don't care. You have one freedom period here. I suppose if I activated freedom period right after eat time here instead of work, that might be better. We can give them free time here. They can satisfy this, and then they won't kick off necessarily. Yeah, we'll do that instead. We'll put a little bit more free time here to give them that. We don't have any programs to deal with, so it's mostly just regime stuff. Programs, I have to wait for another 3, 4 time? Not sure. Mandatory yard time? I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Our yards are pretty small. I'd rather not do mandatory yards. I like the yards, but they're not very big. This one's pretty good size. But if I put them all here, then what they'll probably do... Well, I guess if you want. Where the hell is it? There it is. It's all free time now. And now when that happens, I have to look at deployment, because now I have people in position for work schedules, but I don't have guards in position for recreation stuff as much. So I need to look at this work period and go, I need more people in the yards. I need more people in this yard. I need more people in common rooms. So put like 3 more guards there, another guard in here. I need to put another guard probably in that chapel, because they're going to be kind of more spread out if you're mandatory free time. And that's another reason why some violence happens before, is because I don't adjust deployment for situations where the chat makes everything free time. And then I have to adjust it back, you know, once that's taken care of. So, it's a thing. It's gonna stay bad. Like, it's the game just says, hey, by the way, violence, and it instantly 160 people are rioting. It's just obnoxious. It's just silly. Let's get some paramedics up there. See if we can fix some of this injury. How about here? Yeah. Slow this down really quick. Yeah, he's still kicking off. So like everybody's gonna start kicking off now, and it's, I don't know how to stop it really. Aside from just expanding this wing, which looks like it's done now. Yep. So let's get concrete walls put in all through here to lock this down. And then I want basically something like this. Hang on. Something like this. And then we'll switch it and go with the walls like this. So we'll make a big solitary wing so we can get their punishments over with so they can get back to getting their needs done. Because if they just sit in solitary the whole time, all they're doing is just, they're like a time bomb. We're just cooking up a whole bunch of time bombs. I'd rather not do the time bomb situation. Also, I'm thinking maybe we extend these a little bit. Let them do their bathroom needs and stuff in the solitary cells, since they're going to be spending so much time in there. I might do that now too. So we could maybe change it to where some of them get it and some of them don't. This is already kind of queued up. I really don't like us providing amenities in there, but because these are nice as small as they are, they're kind of nice that way. There's really no need for them to have that. Like, I guess it's nice, but if they wee on the floor, then they wee on the floor, you know? Like, their comfort goes way down when they do that, and I'm sure their hygiene goes way down too when they do that too. This guy's suppressed. He's over. Oh, it's overheating. No way. Is it that thing again? No, come on. That's the reason everybody did it? Where the hell is it? Intelligence. No, logistics. Temperature. How do I stop the prism from being overheated? That's why they kicked off. Everybody kicked off by being overheated. Like, if I put windows in here, then it gets super cold in the winter. Like, I can't put windows in and then take windows out. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with, oh, it's hot outside? Okay, we'll put windows in. Oh, it's cold outside? Okay, we'll take the windows out. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. There is no AC unit in this game, is there? I've never seen an AC unit in this game. I've only ever seen the radiators. Where do you see air conditioning units? Because I don't see AC. I've seen windows, but I don't see anything else. Like, there is no AC unit in this game. There should be, but there isn't. So if I put windows in, it doesn't actually say, okay, small windows. Naval cell grading policy, blah, blah, blah. Let's light through. Light has no real effect on anything. Fog of war is enabled. Weather and temperatures enabled. Heat will spread through it. Yeah, I know. Windows to outdoors can lower prisoners' freedom needs. No, I don't think so. Windows are not very helpful. Yeah, windows are not very helpful, exactly. So, heat can escape through it, but that's it. Like, it doesn't... That's it, you know? It's like, windows will let the heat out. But it doesn't... It's gonna let the cold in as well. So, it just counters... It just counteracts my radiators. What they really should have done, what the developer should have done, is they should have put some sort of climate control machine in instead of a radiator. And that way, that radiator would shut off if it's hot and only turn on when it's cold, right? Or have some sort of regulator on it to where it did that, like an on-off switch, and then I could time it to like a cutoff switch over in security. So if it's hot, I could just hit this button and all the radiators will shut off. That would be sweet. You know, I make that work. That'd be nice. But taking out some of the radiators, if I take out the radiators now, then that solves the problem now, but as soon as it gets cold, which will probably be tomorrow, I have to put them all back in the exact same spots. It's a pain in the ass. I don't want to micromanage it like that. There needs to be a solution, because otherwise 130 prisoners riot immediately at the same time because the entire facility is overheating. That's the reason why they kicked off this time. So it's nothing under my control. The only thing I can do is take out radiators when it's hot and put radiators in when it's warm, and when it's cold. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. I'm not going to micromanage it like that. So that it is. You can't turn off hot water. You can't turn off hot water. All you get is dismantle. You can't put them on a separate circuit because they're integrated within the rest of the circuits, you know? Like, how do I get a line from here to the water boiler over here without it without it being part of any other circuit, and also connect it to a power station? How do I do that, you know? Like, to have radiators in every room because they don't share through doorways, silly. To have radiators in every single room, how do I hook them all up to power without it being part of another grid? Because you can't lay lines on top of other lines without it being connected to that line. There's no layering to the electrical grid. So I can't have this line go over top of this line but not be connected to that line. It's all one layer under the ground. So that's an issue. In fact, it's so one layer, right? It's so one layer that if I want to remove utility right here, I can't choose whether to remove only the electrical line or the pipe. They're on the same layer. So if I say remove utility, which is all it gives me, just dismantle utility, not dismantle electrical lines, not dismantle pipes, just dismantle utility, it will remove the pipes as well as the electrical line. Every utility in that tile will go away because it's all one layer. So, and before you say dorms, Acer, no, we're not doing dorms. I don't know why everyone's so like, please do the prison the way I would do it. No, I refuse. The game needs to have a good temperature controlling system in place, or a modder has to have it. Does a modder have it? Has a modder created it? I would actually like to know. Do we have an AC unit? My next prison just might not have weather. Because if I can't regulate it on both sides, then it's only a one-sided thing. Then every time it gets hot outside, my whole prison just explodes, you know? Let's just be the way it is. I need a massive solitary confinement wing, right? Yeah. So that's gonna have to be the way it is. This is all solitary cells, I'm assuming. These are all new solitary cells. Can I get solitary doors here and here and here? Here. These are a super big expense, but I need them to be done with solitary. Get on with their lives after solitary. That's gonna actually make me pretty mad. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna be really mad if we lose this prison because of that riot right there. Because that's not something that's my fault. I have no way of preventing that. No realistic way of preventing that. No way of preventing it that makes the game unenjoyable to play, right? Let's constantly remove every single radiator throughout the entire prison, one by one. Every single individual room has a radiator. Let's remove those one by one when it's hot outside, and then immediately when it becomes cold, which is usually the next day because seasons make no sense in this game, we'll just go ahead and put them all back in the proper positions. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So, I don't know. We'll just make do with it. Whatever happens, happens. Do we have everybody healed at least? We have dead, but the people who are injured are they at least? It looks like they're at least healed. How about anybody else injured? Wounded? We got some injured over here. Yeah, here's the call. Yeah, do it. Just get it done and over with. Looks like people are mostly taken care of with injuries. We got some over here to deal with. This guy is injured and bleeding out. Can't have you dying. I need people over there. Can't have you dying. I don't care how you build the thing, just letting you know. Wait, where'd that comment go? Just letting you know how the prison I worked at was like. Yeah, I mean, the prison you worked at didn't have these problems, I'm sure. But the prison you worked at also had a climate control system. You know, like, I'm quite certain the prison you worked at had some way of cooling the place down on a hot day. It's a very simple thing. Oh, it's hot outside? Cool. Let's keep the temperature inside this temperature, you know? Let's make sure it stays this temperature. And yeah, you know, doesn't have that, so whatever. I don't care if the solitary cells have toilets, because as soon as they get out of solitary, they will immediately go to their cell and go to the bathroom. They will take care of their needs when they're out of solitary. I don't care to put toilets in every single solitary cell. You can do that in your prison if you want to. I'm not going to. It's so needless. It's so expensive, especially in this playthrough where pipes are very expensive. Like, pipes are so expensive now. They're 5 times more expensive than what you're dealing with in your mods. Unless you have the same mods as I have. So every pipe is 5 times the cost. And I'm going to have to put not only the walls, which would cost me about 10 grand now to extend each one of these walls out to where they need to be. Then I have to pop, what, $200 toilets? $100 toilets in each cell. So that's going to be probably another 6 grand. Maybe 3 grand. And then the pipes for each one of these, which has to run all the way down. So I would have to run all these pipes down. I'd also have to extend the big pipe in order to meet that need. So the big pipe would have to come down here. That's going to be $50 per tile. No, wait. Yeah, $50 per tile. So we're talking like an extra $15,000 to put toilets in every single cell when they're just going to wee when they get out of solitary anyway. I don't care. I don't care to do that. And I'm kind of addressing comments as well as live chat at this point, because I'm like, I'm basically saying the same things that everyone in YouTube comments likes to do, which I just kind of look and shake my head and go, cool, man. Nice comment, bro. Not going to do that. Let's see. I'd like to get some of the place cleaned up too. Like, there's a lot of dirt here too. But I'm going to focus on that later. Right now we have 126 guards with a really low staff morale. Really low staff morale. I need to pay them more. Where is the payment policy here? I need to pay you more money. Now it's going to go up. It's increasing. I'll pay you again. That's going to be very expensive pay because I also have to hire more staff. Or more guards. Ridiculous. Look at all this. Look at this intake you guys have me do too. They're just sitting outside. So this intake needs to be like this. Now we'll do this now. All hands on deck. Okay, well that will most likely end the prison, so GG. But we'll do that. I think probably what will happen is I will implement that after the negligence. You might notice there's a clause in the commands structure and the commands list for this project where it says if a command would end the prison, I have the right to override it, and I'm very certain that at this point that would be a terrible idea. So I will do that, but I will do it after the criminal negligence is complete, because I'm fairly certain that will end the prison. So we will do that later. Death row coming in. So good timing on it. It really is good timing. You 1-2 punch on that timing, but I am going to override you on that. Because having all my staff go on strike at this particular moment, not going to happen. No. $2,500 prisoner intake. At least we're not in debt. That's another big thing. If I have to take out money to do something right now, I can. We're not in debt. Are you death row? You are. So there's 2 death row people coming in. So you're in here, and then there's another one. Where is it? You have a 12% right now? You have a 12%. The new one came in over here, and then... Yeah, good. How would it end the prison? 2 things. 1, we have a staff morale that's under 30%. So if I say nobody gets breaks, staff morale drops to 0. When that happens, 70% of my staff go on strike. They sit outside and they go on strike until their demands are met. Namely, the demand that gives them their breaks back. But while they're on strike, they're not working. When they're not working, my entire prison has very little guards. And so everyone gets to riot again. At least 5 people will almost certainly die, and then the prison is over. So I will do it. Like I said, I'm not going to not do it, but I'm going to wait until we're not at risk of losing the project before I do it. And if I have to deal with the strike, I'll deal with the strike, but I'm not going to deal with the strike while I'm under the gun, if you will. Because with our staff morale so low, it will not last. It will not be able to have possible. If the staff morale rises to 100, I'll do it right now. I will totally do it. If the staff morale goes back up to 100, I will do it. So even during this, I'll do it. As long as the morale is not going to drop to 0 while I do it. You get punished for killing people. I get punished for deaths, any deaths in a day over 20. If there's more than 20 deaths in a day, you get this criminal negligence case that's being prosecuted against you, and you get put on this probationary period where the very next day you cannot have more than 5 deaths, or you cannot have more than 4 deaths. So if on 5 deaths, you get prosecuted for criminal negligence, and you become a prisoner in your own prison. You lose control of your facility. Then you enter escape mode, and you have to deal with it in escape mode. We've been under this right now about 8 times so far. This is the 8th time, I think. So there's a big problem with that. And by having all my staff not have a break, their morale will drop so far low that I can't recover it right now.